Welcome to Macklin Motors. I'm here with the Mazda CX-30. So here we've got the GT Sport Tech, which is the top of the range on the CX-30. Now, part of that specification lineup gives you full adaptive LED headlights, meaning that if you've got cars coming towards you at night, your full beam will bend and avoid blinding people. You've also got, across the centre, nice big Mazda badge. Behind that is all part of the radar system, so your adaptive cruise control. If you're taking it on a longer journey, absolute breeze. Your car will slow down and read cars in front of you. We've also then got, just above it, may well be able to see the front parking camera, which is part of the 360-degree camera, subtly built into the front grille, the front sensors too. Moving down to the side of the car, we have an 18-inch alloy wheel, finished in a really nice grey metallic colour, really contrasts against the car. And then just moving up here, you've got the powerful wing mirrors, which of course, along with the keyless entry, you'll see open up when you open and unlock the car. You've also got built into the wing mirror, as part of the 360 camera I mentioned earlier, one of the cameras under there, so you can see when you're bay parking, whether you're in the lines or not. And then you'll also have finally your blind spot monitoring built into the wing mirrors too. Towards the back of the car, we have rear privacy glass all the way round. I mentioned before on the sides, your privacy glass, so that's carried around to the back. Moving down slightly, we've got your rear view parking camera just above the number plate, as well as your rear parking sensors fitted, so you're fully protected all round, as well as LED rear lights, so that's all round LED lights front and back. You've also got, on this model in particular, the hands-free tailgate, so you can either control that off the button on the boot or the key fob itself. And then that just opens up your 430 litre boot, so plenty of space for weekend activities, whatever it is you want to use the car for, and your 60-40 split on the seats, so you can open it up even bigger. Let's take a look inside. I'll just show you. Interestingly, these doors do open almost 90 degrees, so really accessible into the back seats. So here we are in the back of the CX-30. I've currently got the driving seat set to my driving position, and as you can see, plenty of room, really generous headspace to be fair as well, not struggling at all. You do have on the two outer seats, you've got Isofix child seat points too, as well as really quite generous sized door pockets too, plenty of room in the back of the car. And you've also got these two air vents built into the back of the centre console, keeping your passengers nice and comfortable. One of the key things that really jumps out at you when you get in the car is just how spacious it is. It's really nice to get in a car, feel like you wouldn't be rubbing elbows with your passenger sat next to you. So you've really got this nice sized centre console that puts a bit of a divide between you, not too much, but just enough to give you enough space yourself. You've also got, just worth noting, really nice kind of pieces of leather trim all around the car. Some really nicely finished interior. And you have of course got this one as a 6-speed manual gearbox. They do also come as a 6-speed automatic too. So this dial in the centre console is what you use to control what it is you want to look at on the screen. It's much easier to use than an actual touch screen, because you're not having to kind of focus on two things at once. You can feel a really reassuring click while you're using it. You will also have your DAB radio as well as your Bluetooth controls too. This car does come with both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so if you do prefer to use music apps or Google Maps, things like that, you can project them directly onto the screen if you prefer. As well as having the sat-nav built in, so if you haven't got a smartphone that you wanted to use, you can use the one built into the car. You've got heated front seats, as well as one that's absolutely lovely to have in this kind of weather, heated steering wheel. Moving over onto the steering wheel itself, we've got a few different controls in the way of volume and your radio control so you can fast forward to different stations. A little bit further over to the right hand side, we've got your adaptive cruise control buttons, as well as the lane centering system. Flooding the lighting, you've got the openable sunroof on this model in particular, so it really does just add to that spacious feeling inside the car. Right, let's take the CX-30 for a drive. So the CX-30, as mentioned previously, comes with two different engine options. So we've got either the 122 brake horsepower or the 2 litre 186, which is what this one in particular is. They even do an all-wheel drive variant in the 186 option, and that's available as both a manual and an automatic transmission. The drive of this car feels really nice and planted, really good handling on it. You can almost throw it into corners and it just doesn't struggle. There's always something people quite often comment on with SUVs is whether you get much body roll on the car. Just absolutely effortless, this one. There's no issues with the handling whatsoever. One thing that really does help make the driving experience that bit nicer is the fact that on the CX-30 you do have the heads-up display, and what's made even nicer is the fact that that's projected directly onto the windscreen. So rather than having a plastic pop-up screen that quite often you see on other cars, it's really nicely hidden. Can't see it from any other seat in the car other than the driver's seat. Now, when it comes to the engine itself and the fuel efficiency you can expect on the CX-30, the official figures tend to range from anywhere between 42 to just shy of 50. Now, the acceleration on this car is absolutely brilliant. It really is. Even the 122 brake, being the entry-level engine, does not struggle at all. So this one, as I mentioned, is the 186 brake horsepower. The pickup is just fantastic. You're not finding yourself having to downshift to be able to get up to speed. And I think one thing that's really worth mentioning is the visibility in the car. So while you're driving, the all-round visibility out of all the windows, you've got nice large door mirrors. From a safety aspect, you couldn't ask for more, really. Oh. There we are. There is the full walk around of the Mazda CX-30. If you've enjoyed this video and found it informative, please go ahead and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Alternatively, if you'd like any further information, please go ahead to macklinmotors.co.uk for more information.